Hey everyone, it's Wednesday, September 17th. Hope your week's treating you well. I've got 3 immigration stories that really shape how people work, hire, and plan moves this year, and I want to walk you through them like we're catching up over coffee. Let's start in Australia. The government is sticking with a skilled labor focus in its 2025-26 immigration plans. The permanent migration program stays at 185,000 places, and about 71% of that is for skilled migrants, roughly 132,000 spots. Family visas sit around 52,500. The idea is clear: fill real worker shortages and keep the economy moving. But critics keep raising the same worry. If the system values skilled workers so much, why do so many still face pay thresholds, recognition hurdles, and processing bottlenecks that make it hard to actually get in and get settled? Here's what this means if you're watching Australia for work or hiring. Employers should expect tighter competition for those skilled places, and candidates will need to show how their roles line up with shortage lists and salary expectations. If you're bringing talent in, plan for evidence on genuine job openings and be ready for timing issues. These caps move the pace of recruitment. For workers, wages and job prospects can benefit when the country prioritizes skills, but it also raises the bar on requirements. The policy direction is consistent. The question is execution. Will the process move fast enough to actually plug the gaps? Now to Canada, where the numbers tell a different story. Canada welcomed a lot of newcomers again this year, but the first half of 2025 saw about 207,650 arrivals, which is down from the last 2 years. And here's the pressure point. Immigration is big. Since 2022, more than 2.17 million people have left, with around 851,000 departures in 2024 alone. Even with sizable intake, Canada is struggling to keep skilled workers in the country. Why does that matter? Because employers are planning around labor needs that assume people will stay. When retention slips, projects stall, wages shift, and hiring becomes a revolving door. If you're a skilled worker in Canada weighing your options, this environment might mean better offers to keep you, but also more uncertainty about long-term pathways and services in crowded regions. For policymakers and employers, the focus isn't just attracting talent anymore. It's making it worthwhile to build a life and career there. Over in the United States, we've got an H-2B update that affects seasonal hiring. USCIS says the cap for the first half of fiscal year 2026 is already reached. That first half covers jobs starting from October 1st through March 31st. So if your job start date is before April 1st of 2026 and your petition was filed after September 12th, it won't be counted under the cap. H-2B is a temporary non-agricultural visa used by industries like landscaping, hospitality, construction support, and seafood processing, so hitting the cap early is a signal of strong demand. For context, in the current fiscal year, the government added about 64,716 extra H-2B visas to meet demand, with a portion, 5,000, set aside for returning workers. That supplemental relief helped some employers keep operations staffed. If you're hiring, watch for any supplemental allocations and the returning worker provisions. If you're a worker, keep an eye on filing windows and start date rules, because the timing here is everything. Missing the cap by a day can push your start months later. Pulling these together, you can feel the same tension across 3 systems. Countries want skilled and seasonal labor to keep economies running, but caps, processing speed, and real-world retention decide whether that actually happens. Australia is doubling down on skills, but still hears frustration from the people it needs. Canada brings people in, then loses too many of them. And in the US, employers are racing the calendar to secure H-2B slots before they're gone. Alright, that's your midweek update. I pulled today's details from visaverge.com, and we'll keep tracking how these policies land in real workplaces and real lives. If this helped you plan your next step, share it with someone who's hiring or thinking about a move. I'll catch you in the next one.